Alright, let's build a foldable to learn our joints. Here's what it looks like when it's done. I've got joint 1, joint 2, joint 3. We know there's 3 basic types of joints. Inside I've got fixed, and I gave a little explanation, doesn't move. Then I've got partially movable, like the vertebrae, moves somewhat. And then the movable, 4 kinds. And I drew an arrow from to the cranium to show an example of fixed, and where the pelvis meets the vertebrae there. And then for partially movable, I drew one to the vertebrae. And then over here we have the 4 types of movable joints. I put 3A on the outside. On the inside I put ball and socket. I even drew a little picture of one. Shoulder and leg, and I drew an arrow and circled where those were. And I tried to use different colors, like different colored pencils and things like that, to label each of the different types. So we've got pivot, which I would want to draw one then up to the neck and circle there. Let's see, maybe I'll try blue on that one. So here's the neck, and I'll come on over here to pivot. All the labels are inside. On the outside, all we put was stuff like joint 1, joint 2, joint 3 on this side. On the opposite side, we've got 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D. And inside is where we label those types. Ball and socket, pivot, gliding, and hinge. Alright, let's see how to do this. You're going to start out with a piece of paper like this, and you want to fold it, first find the middle, so fold it in half, just for like a little mark, and you fold each side towards the middle. Just like that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to divide it up. So this side I need 3 different sections, so I kind of want to divide it in thirds by drawing 2 lines. And then of course I'll take my scissors and I'll cut those. So I've got my flaps. And I'll write joint number 1, joint number 2, and joint number 3. Those are 3 types of joints. And then joint number 3 has 4 types, so I need to break this side into 4 groups to show those 4 types of movables. And I'm just going to put 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D for the 4 types of joint 3. Next thing I'll do is open it up, and I have another one of these fancy Mr. Bones that we'll use this time to label his joints, just like the Mr. Bones Foldable. Put some glue on them. I want to have them down as low as I can down here, but also centered, because just inside I'm going to write a quick definition for joint. I'll put up here, joint is where 2 or more bones meet. Okay, and then let's see, I don't think I finished cutting this, so I'll cut these, and then I'll focus on this side first. So the first type of joint is a fixed joint, and I would say something like doesn't move, and then I'd give example, cranium, and the pelvis / vertebrae joint, and then inside I will circle the cranium up here and draw a line over, and I'll show this joint here as well. And then in another color I would do the partially movable, and then I would do movable here, and I'd explain what it is and give examples. I can draw arrows over to those, and then on this side I would put the 4 different types of movables. So we'd have ball and socket, hinge, gliding, and pivot. And then I draw arrows so that when I'm all done, I've got something like this and I can take it home and study, so I know all my joints and where they're at. And it's as simple as that. Thanks.